Hello everyone and welcome to another house building video in The Sims 3. Actually not a house building video, a community lot building video, because today I'm building a coffee shop and this was actually a request. I think that one person or two requested for more community lot building videos in The Sims 3, so I decided to do this one. And this is actually a more modern build. It's almost a futuristic build. I wouldn't call it a futuristic build, but if you can put it in, if you want to put it in into the future world, you can. It actually looks like it belongs there, even though it's not a futuristic house. It's just a modern house. But yeah, not house, community lot. I'm so used to say house that I'm saying it now too, but it's a coffee shop. And yeah, and what I did basically, it was kind of like a Starbucks, I guess. It's like modern coffee shop, but it also has like free Wi-Fi and some computers, and it also has like a playground. I built a playground near the coffee shop on the, I think it was on the right, so kids can play and whatnot while the parents drink their coffee, because otherwise the kids would just be bored, let's be honest. So yeah, there's some things that you can do in this community lot. Doesn't have to be a place just for coffee. And I also added the tea set or the tea table from the Sims 3 store, so you can drink coffee or drink a tea. And there's also the barista bar. That's what makes this a coffee shop, so you can also order some food. And I would say if you don't have university, you can replace the barista bar to late night bar, because you can still order food and drinks from there, even though you can't order coffee. But it will still be a place where you can hang out and whatnot if you replace it with the late night bar. So yeah, that's one of the things that you can do if you don't have university, even though I think what really works here is the barista bar. From the actual build itself, like you can see right now, there's a lot of constrained floor elevation work, not necessarily on the building itself, but in the foundations, in the balconies, there's a lot of constrained floor elevation. But the build itself doesn't require a lot of expansion packs. I think I only use late nights in a wallpaper and Showtime and Into the Future mainly in the actual building. The furniture, of course, it has more expansion packs. I tend to use a lot of them, but the furniture is something that is easy to replace if you don't know much about building, but the actual build it's not. So yeah. But yeah, I would say late night because of the wallpapers, and Into the Future because of the windows and the glass floor tiles that I did use on the front there. And also I did use fences from Showtime, and I think the doors are from Showtime as well. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing the roof now, and by now you can tell that it's a modern building. And the build itself, it's very simplistic and very minimalistic, and the first floor and second floor have basically the same floor plan, and the walls are very similar. What makes the house a bit more not like similar in all the places is the balconies and that kind of stuff. And as you can see, I did color the roof. That's not a roof, but that foundation in top of the roof I did color with the same color that I put in the actual roof, so it all looks like roof even though it's not. And I just said a lot of times roof, but whatever. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very modern building. I did had a little bit of trouble choosing the windows. but I think I did use mainly Into the Future windows, and those are from late night as well. So yeah, late night, Showtime, and Into the Future. um, but yeah, and I also did use a lot of plants in this building, which is weird, but I did use a lot of them, especially because of the playground that I did for the kids. This build has a very neutral color scheme. I'm going to use browns, grays, and whites, and normally playgrounds are supposed to be fun and colorful, and because I did want the playground to look like it belongs to this building, I did use very neutral colors. So what I did to make it look more alive and look more colorful and happy was to add plants around it. So there's a little bit of a plants, and this tree here, I had a lot of troubles with it because I really like this tree and I wanted to use it because I think the color of the tree goes well. That kind of green goes well with the colors that I wanted to use. And problem was that I was only finding the big version of this tree, and then I finally found the smaller version. I did use it, and I really like the spot where the tree is, and I know it's in front of the stairs, which doesn't make any sense, but your Sims can still use the stairs and go upstairs. So yeah, and there's stairs in the back as well. So yeah, that tree actually stays there, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense, because I like where the tree was and how it looked. So yeah, and here's the wallpaper that is from late night, and as I said before, I'm going to use brown and as well grays and whites. But yeah, it's a very minimalistic, I guess, coffee shop. But yeah, as far as other requests, because I've said this was a request, I haven't forgot about the other requests, like the let's build that someone said, well, wasn't like, people didn't request for a let's build, requested me for a specific build, and I told that it would be fun to do a let's build with that, and then more people actually wanted that. So I didn't forget about that, and I didn't forget about the created sim videos that people requested as well. I just don't have as much free time now to do them, so just bear with me. I will do them. I just need more time because I'm working and studying at the same time. If you're not a new subscriber, you know, like back in November I was posting 2 videos a week, and now I'm not. I'm posting a little bit less. And that's because I don't have as much free time. I'm still want to try to post at least a video a week, but yeah, I don't have as much free time, so bear with me. But I didn't forget about the requests. I have everything write it down. So yeah, and I will probably go into the created sim video in the next video. So yeah, at least that one will be for very soon. And yeah, I'm gonna try. And like I said before, here are the plants. I did said that I was going to use a lot of plants in this build, and I'm going to use a lot of plants. I don't know, because the build is actually very simple, even though it has some constrained floor elevation work. It is simple and it is neutral, so it makes sense to use a lot of plants, especially near the playground. But yeah, and I'm also adding some chairs and tables in all the balconies, as well as white umbrellas, and the chairs and the tables go with the actual building. They are brown, gray, and white as well. So yeah, and yeah, I'm just doing the garden part now. Like I said, a lot of plants. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Now I'm doing the playground. Actually, the playground will be here, and I started by trying to do this kind of shape with the foundation around the actual fence, but in the end it looks really boring for a playground, so I ended up placing flowers and plants around it to give it a little bit more of life. Um, but yeah, because gray and white and brown in the playground looks so boring actually. I was building this and my sister walks in and she says, "You're really going to use those colors in the playground? Because kids like colorful things and uh, happy things, and this is so boring." So yeah, I did put in that little green frog there to make it a little bit more colorful and whatnot. And I know I should have used more colors, but I did want it to look like the playground was built by the same people as that build the actual builds. So I did wanted to use the same color scheme, even though it looks really boring. But yeah, in the second I will add a lot of plants and will look a little bit more happier and whatnot. And by the way, my sister said this not like I said because she doesn't know how to speak English, but yeah, she told me something similar. She basically told me that it looked boring for a playground. But yeah, I'm still going to use the foundation around one of the sides of the fence, as you can see, the gray foundation. And now I'm going to the inside of the coffee shop, and I'm going to use to add those stairs. You do need, I think, generations to have those kinds of stairs. So yeah, because I did wanted to use stairs that didn't occupy a lot of space. And here I'm adding some cabinets with laptops. So you know, it's the kind of place where you just have free Wi-Fi and you go there with your computer and just drink coffee and whatnot. I guess. But yeah, and I did use a lot of brown inside as well because brown is the color of coffee, so it just makes sense to me to use it. And it's also the color of chocolate, but here it's meant to be because it's the color of coffee. But yeah, as you can see, I did put in the barista bar, and it's what makes more sense in a coffee shop. It's to use the barista bar, but again, if you don't have it, you can try to make it not a coffee shop, but just a place to hang out and use the late night bar. I don't know if there's another item that you can use to order drinks from. I guess if you have some content from the store like the bistro, you can like put this as a restaurant, I guess. But yeah, I would say the barista bar is the one that works better here. And here I'm adding some cabinets and putting some lights under the cabinets to make those cool lights that you normally have in the coffee shop that are not like really strong and, you know, comfortable and whatnot. But yeah, and the inside doesn't have a lot of decoration and a lot of furniture because it's a community lot. And first of all, it's a minimalistic build. It's a modern build, so it's not supposed to have tons and tons of furniture. And second, it's not a house, so it doesn't need to look like it's lived in and there's people there. So living, at least, of course there's people in a coffee shop, but not living there. So it doesn't look as messy, I guess, as my houses normally look like. And here I'm adding a blackboard like that. It's supposed to have the prices and whatnot, which makes sense to me. But yeah, I didn't put in tons of furniture here. And by the way, on that little square that I didn't use, that 1 by 1 square on the right, I was going to put in all-in-one bathroom, but it didn't make sense to me because the all-in-one bathroom doesn't close the door when someone doesn't go. It's not inside the all-in-one bathroom, or the same, it's not inside of the all-in-one bathroom. The open, it's slightly open so you can see the toilet. So if you are sitting in the coffee shop in a table and you can see the toilet, it doesn't look really nice. And Also, those bathrooms have shower, and normally coffee shops don't have showers, and they normally have two different bathrooms, one for males and one for females. So I actually built a bathroom instead of using the all-in-one bathroom. It make more sense to me. So yeah, and I think in a second I will build the bathroom. Yeah, I just built it. It's on the left, in the second floor, and it's small. It just has a toilet and a sink, and not one. It's actually two toilets and two sinks, but it's one for each gender. So yeah. But yeah, it's on the second floor, and yeah, and as you can see, I just changed the floor from gray to wood, and I don't know, maybe some of you will like the gray better, but I ended up going with the wood instead of the gray floor, because I don't know. I went to a coffee shop that was an actual Starbucks, and they had wood flooring and not gray flooring. So yeah, I did use the wood, and it was, you can, I don't know, it's like the wood it's brown and the coffee it's brown. So I don't know, my brain works in weird ways. But yeah, as you can see, I did put in the tea table from the Sims 3 store, so you can also drink three? No, you can't drink trees. Drink a tea if you don't want to drink coffee. Gosh, drink trees. That sounds terrible. Trees, drink trees. That would be terrible. Actually, terrible. But yeah, you can drink tea. And I also added some rugs to make it look a little bit more comfortable. You normally have some kind of carpets or rugs, and coffee shops is not that rare. And I also put in sittings, like those late night sittings that are more like couches, which are more comfortable. You normally see that as well. And I'm placing street lights because it's a community lot. It's supposed to be, that part is supposed to be a public street, so it makes sense to have street lights as well. And I think I will put in a couple more of outdoor lights because it's a little bit too dark at night. And I'm also adding more plants and terrain paints because I do think terrain paints makes the house look much more realistic. And also I did put in an air conditioner on the top of the building because I do also think it makes it look more like a community lot if you have kind of industrial machines showing, which is, I don't know, it's not necessarily true, but I did think it would look more of a community lot if I did put in the air conditioner. And yeah, we are in the screenshots. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful week and day, and yeah, bye.